Okay, so today we'll be talking about how red cabbage can act as a natural pH indicator. But before we test on all these 7 different liquids, let's just talk about the pH scale, what it is, and how it works. So the pH scale tells us how acidic, basic, or neutral a liquid is. Basically, anything under 7 is acid, and we know that because then the liquid turns pink, red, anything of that shade. While if it's neutral, it's exactly 7. It's gonna stay purple because the indicator is purple. So whatever we pour it into, if it's neutral, it'll stay that color. And then on the other hand, we have basic liquids. That's anything above 7. These turn into blue, green, etc. So now let's just go over what I have here today. These are the acidic liquids we're going to be testing on today. This is vinegar, this is Pepsi, and this is lemon concentrate. And then in terms of the basic liquids that I got, I mixed dish soap with water. This is toothpaste with water, and this is baking soda with water. So you can make a lot of these at home. And then this is just pure water, the neutral. So now let's pour this liquid, the red cabbage indicator, into these different containers and see how they react. So beginning with the acidic ones, these should turn into a reddish pinkish liquid. And there you have it. The vinegar turned into a pink liquid. This shows that it is indeed acidic. Now let's move on to the Pepsi. Yeah, okay, that needed a bit more, but it's kind of hard to see, but it did turn into a pretty dark red. And now for the lemon concentrate. This won't need a lot. Yeah. So as you see, similar to the vinegar, let's just compare these two real quick, setting this aside. The vinegar and the lemon concentrate. So as you can see, they're both a pretty similar pH level. So setting these aside, let's move on to the basics. This is dish soap and water. So let's just pour some of this in here. There, I'm not sure if you can see that real well, but it turned into a bluish shade, This proves that this is in fact basic. Now, toothpaste and water. Let's see how this will react. Once again, blue, consistent results. A bit lighter than the dish soap water if you just want to compare them real quick. Now let's move on to the last basic. This is baking soda in water. Yeah, this one's reaction was really strong. Look at that, it's a perfect blue, reacted really quickly. So now, let's just compare all of these real quick. The acidics and the basics. So the vinegar, perfect pink, solid pink. Pretty good result. The Pepsi was harder to get a result from, but we did get a result from it at the end. And then the lemon concentrate. I think, in my opinion, this was the best result from the acidics. And we just went over the basics, Now let's test it on the neutrals. Well, the neutral, just pure water. So this should stay purple, considering that water is neutral. So, let's prove that. Let's pour it all. And there you have it, a perfect result, you know, perfect purple, just like the one that was in that liquid. Ooh, very nice, consistent results. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you can use red cabbage as a pH indicator. It's really simple. Just boiling it, just slicing up some red cabbage, boiling it for a few minutes, and then, you know, straining it and getting that liquid. You can do this anywhere at home. You know, it's really easy. Took me a really short amount of time.